Shall we begin? Okay. So who's first?
My name is Riya Bosamia and I am from Jodhpur.
Okay, Ria.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Chauhane Mangi. I am from Rajkot.
Okay. Who's next? Akanksha, introduce yourself.
My name is Akanksha Shatri and I am from Bhavnagar.
Okay, Akanksha. Next, Kushal. Okay. Okay, Kunal. Kunal, you're from? Kunal, you are from? Okay. Okay, Kunal. So next we have is Kushal. Okay, Sham. You're from Sham? Your hometown is? Rajkot. Okay. So who's next? Harshit?
Yes,
Janvi?
ma'am. Harshit Sharma from Bharuch.
Okay, Harshit.
Patil
Uh,
Janvi from Rajkot.
Janvi, you're from?
Rajkot.
Rajkot. Okay. So next we have is Ketan from Rajkot. Okay. We are not discussing zones here, orange, green, and the red. It is simply the introduction, like where you people live, so that I can know you better because it's a very first day. So to know each other better, I'm asking your locations, not the zones of COVID-19. Okay. Next we have is Mahesh Shukla from Jamnagar. Okay. So who's next? Kushal, are you there in the class? Next is Nancy from Amreli. Okay. And the next we have is Rebab from Devdi. Where is it? Rebab, can you introduce yourself by unmuting yourself? Rest of you, kindly introduce yourself. Kindly unmute yourself and speak rather than texting in the chat box.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Parth Tang. I am from Junagadh.
Okay, Parth. So who's next? I'm repeating again. Unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Do not write in chat box. Unmute yourself and then introduce yourself.
Hello, ma'am. This is Dhwani Lodaya and I am from Kutch.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Urvashi Thakkar from Kutch.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. This is Pal Amrelia from Rajkot.
Okay. Who's
Ma'am
next?
Ruthvi Rathod from Rajkot.
Okay, Rutvi. Next student.
Ma'am, I'm Forum Kundaria from Rajkot.
Okay, Forum.
Ma'am, Kumar Pasijala from Ratanpur.
From?
Kumar Pasijala from Ratanpur.
Okay. Next student. Is this all we have? Okay, Kushal. Kushal, you're from? Rajkot. Okay. Okay. So let's begin our class now. Have you all attended the orientation program? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Those who are saying no, kindly state your reasons. Why didn't you attended orientation program? Okay, Mahir. Okay, Part. So let's just discuss about the subject first. Then from there, we will discuss our first topic of our class. So in design engineering, there will not be any written examination. You will be having your Viva only. So there will not be any EAC, not any mid. There will be one Viva component of 80 marks. And for the internal, you will be having Coursera course. One MOOC course from Coursera. So for 100 marks, we have 80 from the Viva and 20 from the internal Coursera course. Along with the course, you also have to make a report. So basically, you will be working on some project, and based on that, Viva will be there, report work will be there, and one Coursera course is there. Are you all clear with this? What is teaching scheme for this design engineering subject? There will not be any written examination. We will be having only Viva, report work, and one Coursera course. Okay. So now let's go to our first topic, design thinking. I'll be sharing my screen with all of you and we'll start studying about design engineering. Slowly and slowly we'll see what assignments you have to do, what this course is all about. Is my screen visible to all of you? Okay, so we will start with it. So before we start, as our subject name is design engineering. So what are your first thoughts when you heard about the subject? What do you guys think? What it will be? As I have just mentioned, there will not be any EAC, only Viva and report work, and project will be there. But what else you think? What is design engineering? What you will learn through this course? What do you guys think? Any one of you can reply in the text box or can unmute himself or herself and speak. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, so we have one answer like UI web pages. Okay. Not exactly, but still you can say somewhat. Okay, what do you understand by the term design engineering? Okay, Akanksha is saying how to present ourselves as an engineer and learn ethics for presentation maybe and communication. No, Akanksha, this is not design engineering. So basically we will be dealing with the design part of our projects and with the ideas, innovation, that part we will do. Definitely we will learn ethics in the subject and communication also. But apart from that, our main and the major part is generating new ideas and working on them, steps for getting new ideas, and how to pen down your design. Basically, whenever we have any idea, so before we build a project, we have something in our mind, so we sketch it down. UI is the next thing, but before that, what we do is like whatever is there in our mind, we draw it. That is what our first or basic idea is. Yes, you can say a bit about R&D. Okay. Any other person? Any other student would like to add something to it? You can reply as yes or no. Can you all understand me? Or is there any confusions or anything, my voice problems or anything else? No, we cannot say manipulating our ideas. It is like creating your ideas, not manipulation your ideas. Be developing your ideas, creating, generating your ideas. Okay, so let's begin. So we say that necessity is the mother of invention. So this phrase means whenever we have a need or whenever we have certain problems, that leads us something new, and or we can invent something in that period of time. So what we are trying to say here is, when problems occur, when we are having utmost need of things, in that problems, in that cases, we develop something new. For example, COVID-19 is new to everyone, and we have tackled it in the way, and we have so many new things, and that way things are happening. We will see one video regarding this phrase, necessity is the mother of invention, later in this lecture. So are you all clear with this phrase? Necessity is the mother of invention. Okay. So this is one very general phrase we are talking about. Next, we will see in we will cover today our first module, design thinking introduction. In design engineering, our very first thing is design thinking. So we will learn about what design thinking is. So what happens basically when we heard the term design thinking, generally our first thought is it must be something just thinking only. Nothing in practical will be there. Just ideas will be there, and nothing in practical we will make, and nothing we will do. We'll just simply thought about the things. But that is not true. It is a lot more than just thinking. It's a doing. We make products, we develop things in this. Now we have a Moses. There is a person named Moses. He believes that innovation is a miracle. Moses is believed to be a god or a prophet. He believes that innovation is a miracle. Here, miracle means anything which is magic or which everyone cannot do. But that case is not true. Innovation is not miracle. It is not God gifted. Anyone can innovate. In design thinking, our very first concept is innovation. Basically, what is design thinking is, in a very crisp form, we can say that it is something we develop, something we initiate. In the coming slides, we will learn more about design thinking, but here we just have very crisp ideas. What is not design thinking and what is design thinking? And the next, we're talking about innovation. There is a prophet named Moses, and he believes that innovation is a miracle. Only there's a God gifted and very special persons can do that. But that is not true. Innovation is everywhere. You need to be curious for that. And anyone can innovate. So are you all clear with this concept of what is design thinking, what is innovation, and why it is not a miracle? We'll discuss more about these things. We are at the very beginning of design thinking and innovation. Basically, through this course, you will learn how to, you will learn entrepreneurship also, and you will learn, if you're having some ideas, how we can make them successful. So according to you people, what is innovation? Students, according to you people, what is innovation? Janvi Patel.
To create new things, creative things from other things.
Okay. Ria Bosnia.
Revolution, transformation.
Okay. So, Pal Umbrella, do you think innovation is a miracle? Do you still think innovation is a miracle? Or do you believe anyone can innovate? Pal Umbrella, what are your thoughts? Innovation is a miracle, or anyone can innovate?
Yes, ma'am. I do believe that innovation is a miracle. Like anyone
You
can
think
create
innovation
new
is a
things.
miracle?
Yes, anyone can create new things based on their talents and skills.
We are having two different statements, Pal, here. One statement is innovation is a miracle, that means it is a God gifted. Another statement is anyone can innovate.
Anyone
Do you
can
guys understand
innovate.
the term miracle? Miracle is like magic or which never happens often.
Yes.
So what are your statements? As I just mentioned that Moses believed that innovation is a miracle, but that is not true. But what do you guys think?
Ma'am, anyone can create new things based on their skills and talents.
Yeah. So do you guys believe that you can innovate? Do you all believe that you have that skill of entrepreneurship and maybe not only entrepreneurship in the very basic terms, creating something new, be a very little change? Harshit, can you answer this question? Harshit Sharma. Urvashi, unmute yourself.
Yes, we can, ma'am.
Urvashi, can you hear me? Students, be attentive in the
Can
class.
create.
Forum,
Yes, ma'am.
so do you have that feeling that you can innovate something, you can build something new, maybe a small change?
Maybe after learning and developing skills.
I cannot hear you. Forum, kindly type in the chat box. Okay, so we'll move next. Next topic is regarding to innovation. What are the myths and what is reality? Myth here means what are the false beliefs and what actually the truth is. Okay. So the one false belief is innovation begins with creativity. Only if you're that much creative, then and then only you can innovate something. But on the other hand, the truth is it begins with curiousness. If you have curiosity towards things, how everything is built, how AC works, how fridge works, or anything like how the world is working, what about the stars and constellations and anything, that way if you have that ability to like question everything, that is the beginning phase of innovation. So that means creativity is required, but that is not the basics of innovation. Next we have is innovation is a smooth linear process. People believe that we are creative enough, we know what to do, and you will be like in a one single step, one after one, you will be able to create something new. But that's not true. For innovation, what is required is we do need to experiment a lot. It's the iterative process or a loop process. Number of times we have to change and we have to keep on doing. Last one is innovation is about risk taking. That is like it is all about risk. But the truth is risk is involved, but we have to assess the risk and we have to mitigate the risk we have to avoid risk or to reduce risk. We have to see what risk is there and then we have to eliminate the risk. So we just have discussed what are the myths and what is reality regarding innovation, what actually is innovation and what are the false beliefs. So what do you guys understand by the term risk? According to you people, what is risk? We're not saying that risk is not involved in innovation, but we have to see what type of risk is there, at what level risk is there, and we have to eliminate that risk. So now, according to you people, what is risk? Ruthvi Rathod? So Kushal is saying chances of failure, right? That's true. We can say risk as a chances of failure or which is unsure. When we are doing something, it could be a risk, like whether it would succeed or not. Yes, we can say losing money. Any other student? Nancy? Nancy, unmute yourself and answer the question.
Yes, ma'am.
What is risk according to you?
Possibility of something bad happening.
Yes, correct. Okay. So now we'll move ahead. So the next topic is what is required for design thinking? Like what is the prerequisites and what kind of mindset is needed? So the first thing is human-centered approach or the empathetic approach. That is, we should have empathy towards each other. We should have that feeling of we should have that feeling of feeling the pain of other people. If you're connected with the other people, then and then only we can innovate something new. At certain time, what happens is we are living a very luxury life, but there are other people who are living in different circumstances, and if we can feel their pain, from there we can innovate something new. So for innovation, empathy is required. Next thing is collaboration. For innovation, we need collective minds and we need collaboration, or we need to do it togetherness. Third point is optimism. Optimism here means positivity. a positive mind is required, or mindset is required for design thinking. Last one is experimental nature. We should not be afraid of failures. We should be ready to work again and again. We should be ready to experiment something new. So we have 4 points which says that what kind of mindset is needed for innovation. Empathy is needed, collaboration is required, optimism is required, and lastly, experimental nature, or we should be like ready with doing experiments. So are you all clear with this? What, in the very basic form, what is design thinking and what kind of mindset is required for that? Kindly answer in the chat box. Kumar Pal Singh, unmute yourself. Kumar, unmute yourself. All those students who will not remain attentive will be marked absent for the class. So I will not be taking your name again and again. If you will not respond on 2 calls, you will be marked absent in the class. If there are issues, kindly type in the chat box. So once again, I'm calling Kumar. Kushal, join again. So Urvashi, you tell what are the 4 points we have just discussed. Name all those 4 points. What things are required for innovation or for design thinking? What kind of mindset is needed? Urvashi, type in the chat box or unmute yourself and answer. Urvashi, I'm waiting for your answer. Urvashi, your answers are awaited. Nancy, unmute yourself and answer the question.
Ma'am, can you please repeat the question, please?
Yes, the question is, what kind of mindset is needed for design thinking? We just have discussed 4 points. What are those 4 points?
One second. Experimental nature.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Nancy.
First we needed empathy.
Yes, empathy is there.
Optimism.
Right.
Experimental nature, and fourth I don't remember, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay, it's collaboration.
Okay.
Collaboration means teamwork.
Okay.
Okay. Vaibhav, unmute yourself and explain what is empathy. Vaibhav, unmute yourself and explain empathy. This is your last call, Vaibhav. Okay. Feeling. Okay. Feeling what? Elaborate it more, a little more. Mahir, is it clear now? Mahir, explain empathy. What is meant by term empathy? Yes, Vaibhav, correct. When we can feel the pain of other people, it's called empathy. Yes, correct, Mahir. Okay. So you need to know all these four things, like what is required, because when you will do your own project, when you will come up with your ideas, you will go through these points. So the next thing is design thinking approach. For this, we required three things. You can see here we have three things here. So what people want and what people want can it is possible through technology, or can we make it through technology, and will it give profit to us? All these three things becomes design engineering approach. So we have three things. What are the requirements of a user or of general people? And then can we solve those problems, those issues through technology? Is it feasible in terms of cost, in terms of technology or tools? And lastly, if we make something, will it give us business or profit? So all these three things makes design thinking approach. Approach here means like how we have to do. Like we just have discussed what is design thinking. Now, what we need to see, like what are those three things. Even if we like omit business, then we can see those two things. But ultimately, we require money from one way or the other way. Even if we build some solutions, money is needed. So what we say is, design thinking is a human-centered approach to innovation that draws from the designer's toolkit to integrate. So what we are saying is a design thinking is a human-centered approach or empathetic approach, or where we involve humans, right? An approach to innovation to build something new. And from where innovation comes from the designer's mind or its tools, right? Now, what three things we have is to integrate the needs of people, possibilities of technology, and the requirements for the business success. Whenever, if we are having certain requirement and we fulfill it through technology, the next thing we have to see is it profitable or not? For that, we have a term viability. So here we see is a process innovation, functional innovation, and experience innovation. In technology, we have three things: functional innovation, process innovation, and experience innovation. So this is, you can see like where these three circles meet, that is the success area. That is where we can say that we have successfully built something. Oh, so screen was not visible to any one of you? Oh, okay. So we will discuss again. So what I was saying that for design thinking, we have three terms: requirements of the people, and technology needed, and lastly, business from them, or you can say success from them. Like if people have certain requirements, or if we see certain problem, then if we build it through technology, then we see is it viable for the is it viable or is it profitable? The thing we're discussing leads to entrepreneurship, people, technology, and a business. And in other ways, sometimes we just say people and technology. We do not see the profit, but in one way or the other way, we require money for fulfilling that requirement also. So we have combination of these three things: what people wants, what technology we have, is it feasible or not, and then is it giving us profit or not. So at the integration of these three things, entrepreneurship comes, or the success comes, or a successful project comes. So what we say is design thinking is a human-centered approach to innovation. Human-centered means like connected to humans, right? What we say, it is an approach to innovation, a step to innovation. And from where it comes, from a designer's mind and from its tools. How designer makes, from a designer mindset, it comes. Now, what we think it combines, the needs of people, technical possibilities, and the requirements of business success. Like what is needed for success or profit. Is this clear to everyone? What just we have discussed? Before that, we have discussed design engineering in a very crisp form. Now we have elaborated our definition and our area, what design thinking is, what three things are required. It's not every time about business, but we say it when we talk about entrepreneurship, and because we have to generate revenue in one way or the other way, otherwise we cannot sustain. So basically design thinking's very first or very basic thing is what people want or what are the problems outside. Next is the phases of innovation. So in this class, we will cover up all the phases of innovation. First one is observation. Like you have to look around your surroundings and you have to see what problems are there. And then if you feel empathy towards them, then you can come up with some idea. That is our third phase, ideation. From there, we develop something. And lastly, we make a sample of it or maybe a blueprint of it. We call it prototype. And lastly, we test it. This is how innovation happens. It is just not some very simple. Innovation is something which comes from outside world or the problems. So basically, you see many of the times social problems or the environmental issues. From there, you can come up with the ideas, but only and only if you have empathy towards your earth or the other people. Yes, it is the basic need that if we are developing something, it must fulfill its purpose. Otherwise, there is no use of it. Is this clear, Kushal? So can you spell your name? Is it Kushal or is it Kushal? As I'm non-Gujarati, I cannot understand Gujarati names much.
Ma'am, Khushal.
It's Kushal. Okay. It's a bit difficult for me. Okay.
ખુશાલ કાટ દરે.
Okay. So far we have discussed innovation, prerequisites for innovation, phases of innovation. Now, before we move ahead, we'll see one video where you can understand how necessity is the invention of, how necessity is the beginning of invention or the requirement of invention, or how it leads to invention. So what you all have observed from this video? Students, kindly answer what you have observed from this video, what you have saw in this video. Can you see how anybody can innovate? And can you see how when there is necessity, innovation happens? So when there is a need, then we tend to innovate something to ease our lives or to make things happen. We make something new. Students answer. Okay, so Kushal is saying to solve a problem, observation and experiment is necessary, right? That is correct. Okay, so Forum is saying he had an innovative idea and with that an experimental nature. True. And also you can see that he is not a scientist, even he has not his basic education proper, but still he's able to make something new. He's able to ease his life in one way or the other. So basically innovation is just not like you have to make something very huge, but any new idea which helps people, society, environment, it could be called as innovation. Yes, Part, very correct answer. So this attitude is needed by you all now. Like if you have that passion and that curiousness, then you can go ahead. So basically in the third semester, in the course Design Engineering, you will learn about ideation and how we see the things and how we can generate ideas from it. This course will be in your fourth semester, fifth and sixth semester. In every semester, you will be enhancing your Design Engineering course. In third semester, we have Design Thinking part. So our major focus is thinking. Okay. Any other answer? Kumar? Urvashi, Ria? Ria, can you answer? Yes, Ria, you can tell what you have learned from this video, what you have observed. And you must have seen in the video when he has certain idea, he penned down his idea. In the very basic form, we call it designing. Not exact designing, but in the very basic form, we can call it. Like whatever is there in our mind, we first draw it somewhere. Those same designs becomes blueprints or maybe a UI designs, and further we have UML designs in software engineering or architectural designs. But the very first and the crisp idea is whatever is there, you write it on paper or you draw like how it will be, whatever you're picturing in your mind. That is where design thinking comes and design engineering comes. Okay. Yes, part making our thoughts physical, right? And then only we move to the development. So first our thoughts are there, and from there we move to our designing part, and lastly we move to development and testing part. Okay, Janvi, you said we can. That means, do you want to say something? Janvi, can you answer? Or do you want to say something in the class? Or do you want to share something with the class?
No,
Janvi
ma'am,
Patel.
by mistake.
Okay, by mistake. Fine. So we'll move forward. So the next we will discuss empathy in detail. Right. So what empathy is, feeling the pain of other people. So from this picture, what you can analyze about design thinking and empathy together. Okay. Ketan, you're talking about the video or about the picture? Oh, okay, Ketan. Correct answer, Ketan. Okay. So next we're discussing is empathy. Right. We all know the meaning of empathy, but now how empathy can connect to the design thinking, we'll see that. So I'm showing you that picture. From that, what you can observe, let me know. Any one of you can speak. Parth, any answers? Parth, any answers?
Ma'am, in chat box, scroll down.
Okay. Oh, okay. I have not seen that. So Forum is saying the one that designed the walker has emphasized towards the pain of people facing problem, walking and climbing stairs. So it could help them as well as help him get business success. Okay, that's one correct answer. Okay, Parth is saying one lady have problem to climb stairs. Okay. Rudvi is saying due to old age, that lady is facing problem climbing staircases. Yes. Ria is saying the old lady is facing problems climbing the stairs and the walker helped the women climb it. Okay. So you all are correct here, but now you think we already have a solution to this problem. We know that old people cannot climb up the stairs, or maybe other persons with the ailments cannot climb up the stairs. Even with the walker, it is very tedious and difficult task. Yes, yeah. So we have elevators and the lifts. Ketan, you're talking about which surface? You mean floor? Oh, okay. But I don't think so. That's a drawback here in the picture. So our observation are two things, escalator and the lift, right? So the correct answers are the lift and the escalators. So we have two observations here, that how we have invented. First thing is the walker. Second thing is today we are with the lift and escalators also. So here you can see we have observed a certain problem, and if people have empathy, and then only they can do something innovative. So what we believe is good design comes from the heart and not from the brain. So I'm hoping you all are clear with the word empathy and why I am focusing again and again on empathy. Okay, Kushal. Oh yeah, that's correct. I have not seen that clearly, I think. You guys are correct. Okay, so before we move forward, let's discuss your assignments and your coursework for this subject. Yes, Ketan, I get your point. Okay. So in this course, first thing you note down is you will be having your one MOOC course. So I'll be showing you the name of the course. From the Coursera, join that course. If anybody of you is not registered with the Marwari account, write down your email IDs in the chat box. I'll add them in that Coursera linked with Marwari account. So the course name which we all have to do is Design Thinking for Innovation from the University of Virginia. This is the course which you have to complete and it will contain 20 marks. 20 marks will be for this course plus your report work. We will discuss report work in the coming classes the moment we will start our project, but before that you note down this thing. So it's a 5-week course and a very beginner level course or very easy course you can say, and will be very helpful for understanding design thinking more. So everyone enroll in this course. It is mandatory for all of you. So do you all get the course name? Design Thinking for Innovation. Note it down. By the end of the lecture, if anyone is not enrolled with Coursera with the Marwari account, let us know. Yes, Rutvi, I will share the link in the WhatsApp group. Also, I can show you the course here. So you can see on the screen, it's a 5-week course. And these will be topics for this course. What is design thinking? Preparing your mind for innovation, idea generation, experimentation, and lastly, final assignment of development or testing will be there. Might be whatever you have learned, assignment will be there on that part. But in generally, we have after experimentation, we test it and we test the software or whatever product you make. So you don't have to enroll right now, but you can enroll after the class. Kindly note down the course name and enroll after the class. At the end of this class or at the end of this course, you have to present your certificate. This is the one part of this subject. Second thing is, you have to observe your surroundings and you have to see what are the social and environmental problems persisting around you. And based on that, you come up with your ideas. So in this subject, you don't have to, there is no requirement for for developing a complete product, but you need to come up with some idea, and then all the process we will follow, which we just discussed, and you will be making some blueprint or some prototype in one way or the other form. So the very first and the beginning thing is like observe your surroundings and then come up with the ideas. What can be done? So based on your ideas, we will having a project report or the report file. You can also develop it fully fledged, but the requirement are the requirement for the subject is blueprint or some prototype for your idea. So this in this subject you will work in a team. So maximum team size will be 4 and minimum will be 2. So in the next lecture you all have to come up with some ideas. Try looking around you and then thought of some ideas what can be done. Am I clear to everyone? Okay. Okay. So now let's have a look at your course structure. So this is your syllabus according to GTU, and we have design thinking introduction. Basically, we will be learning design thinking in third semester design engineering course, and our first part was design thinking introduction. So we have an overview, why it is required, innovation, and approaches. So next thing you need to know is you have to maintain a logbook. So what you have to do is whatever you're learning in each class, make a Word document for it. In MS Word or any other editing software, write down what you have done in each class. For example, you will write your course name. First page will be of your course name and your name and college name, and then you will write or in the single page you can write the course name, your name, and what you have done in class 1, and then further in the next classes. So you have to maintain records or the logs. It will be checked at the end of your semester or the end of your subject. So in the next class, you all will come up with your logbooks, and second thing, you all have to come up with your ideas. So as I mentioned, this is a teamwork. So for the ideas, you can work collectively. Maximum team size is 4 and minimum is 2. And for the logbooks, you have to maintain individually. Each student have to maintain individual logbook. Am I clear how to maintain logbook and what is the process? Yes or no? Lunch. So here you can see the other topic we have is empathization phase, ideation phase, so all the topics which we discussed are in your syllabus, and one by one we'll be covering them up. So we were discussing your course structure. So you can see here we have ideation phase, empathization phase, and then problem definition phase, and after that you will be having your ideation, and then product development phase, and lastly proof of concept where you will be showing some prototype, and lastly your feedback and the final report. So next we will see one more video regarding your design thinking process and the phases.
हाँ भाई मैडम क्या करना कुछ मंगाना है
Students? You guys were not able to hear the video? None of you? I think voice was this, but was not coming at all? Oh, okay. Okay, not in any video. Okay. So do you want me to play that video again? Okay, I have not checked the audio. Sorry for that. And I'll show you the video again. So in that video, we also have one concept of agile. So before playing that video, let's just discuss agile in very brief part. So basically, agile is a software model. For example, you guys are not aware about those things, but whenever we develop something, when any software product, then what happens is there are certain models like which says that how we have to make a software. That is a very vast concept for you, because for that you need to know SDLC and the software development life cycle. But here we will discuss in a very crisp form like what agile is. So agile is one such software model which tells how we have to develop a software. So with agile we have certain things like agile in very general term means anything which can change quickly. So this is the same concept which we apply on softwares. Like whenever we're developing, we easily change our requirements. Customers remain at our site. So basically we keep on asking the customers and we keep on changing. Do you guys, are you getting any idea of agile here? Because it's very difficult to get you agile without the basics of it here. So are you able to get anything from the agile here? Students are, okay, fine, you can say one way that we keep on changing. In agile, the way, in English, the word agile means anything which can change quickly. The same concept we apply on softwares. While developing a software, we use agile methodology. In that, we do the same way. So one concept is that whenever customer demands change, so we look through the change and we change easily. Otherwise, in traditional way, change is very difficult process. Second thing is, traditionally what happens is like we have an agreement between customers and the developers, but in agile what happens is customers and developers work together. Not like evolving, but you could say like enhanced methodology for software development. Okay, so let's see the video now. For this class, you don't need to know much about agile, but in general, you can learn about agile. Further in software engineering in 6th semester, you will learn in depth what agile is. For now, you can simply see a new way of developing softwares where change can happen easily. So I'm playing the video again. So now what issues you're facing? Voice is not, you cannot hear the voice, or is not that clear. So one thing I do is I share the video with you all, then you can watch the video. So basically it is just a more elaborative way of design engineering and how IBM is employing design engineering. Okay. So let it be, I'll share the video with you all, then you can see the video. This video is all about design engineering and how IBM is employing design engineering, how it is using design engineering. And another word is agile. They're using agile methodology along with design engineering. But for now, this much is okay for you all. And about the ideas which we were discussing, you try to see the problems outside and then you try to come up with a software solution. How you can come up with any other way, but as we are in computer science engineering or an IT fields, so we prefer to have a software solution for those problems, or the combination of a hardware and a software problem, then some completely mechanical and electronic solution. So is this clear to all? Okay. So the next we will see one case study of Nokia. So you can see there like how they use design engineering and how it helped them. So you all must be aware with the Nokia company, right? And you all must be aware with the fact that once Nokia was very popular. Am I correct, students? Okay, so we will see what Nokia was earlier and then what happened and then how they use design engineering to solve their problem. So in the early 90s, Nokia was very successful company and successful for cell phone manufacturing or the mobile phone manufacturing. They dominate the market from the Mumbai to Munich to Montreal, Mexico City, even in the outside India, they have markets. So how Nokia began? They started as a paper mill in 1865. So it's a century-old company, you can say. So afterwards, from the paper, they moved to rubber, and from rubber to move to cables, electronics, and then finally they come up with the cell phones or the mobile phones. So Nokia has everything: technical ability, competency, organization, innovation, design. So they were ahead of everyone. So there was a time when Nokia was leading the world, or you could say leading the nation, or it has impacted a lot more countries. But then what happened? You all must be remembering initial Nokia's phone, like which is unbreakable, right? So when the era of internet comes, or when the internet becomes popular, then what happened? Then the game changed, or you could say the demands changed. Earlier, what happens was that phone was used for calling and texting, and Nokia was very good with that. Their hardware was so good that phone was unbreakable. But then what happened is people want more things. They want to communicate with their friends. They want to explore browser, look for the maps. So now Nokia had starting a downfall. So, but now what they did is they first started the observation that what are the things, what needs to be changed, right? So the case study is like that, what Nokia was earlier, and then with the internet era, or when the internet becomes more popular, how the world changed and how the Nokia saw a downfall, and then how they saved themselves. So what they did is they observed, right? They technical people, anthropologists, designers, all sat together. Anthropologists are the people who studies other humans or the cultures that way. They also started ethnographic observations. Ethnographic are the cultural observations. So they see what consumers want, where they are lacking, and what is being required. So the first part was observation. Then was the insight from that observation, what they have collected. So they found out that people no longer wanted simply phone calls and text. They wanted multimedia, they wanted maps, they wanted communication platforms. They wanted to do a lot more with their phones, which was not available in those previous phones of Nokia. So then Nokia come up, so after their very previous launch of phones, they come up with the new phones which had these three things. They come up with the cameras, high quality lenses, 3G enabled connectivity, and Wi-Fi connectivity options. So we are looking we are seeing here transformation. First, they're having a very simple phones without internet, and then after observation insights, they come up with these features, these functions, right? But still, even after having all these functions, they were not able to connect with the customer's emotional needs. Still, there is more what customers want, and still they are lacking in one way or the other. So next is storyboarding. So there is a concept called storyboarding where we use sticky notes and we put it on a board and we see what all are the requirements and what is required, where we are, what we can change that way. So the teams who investigated presented their idea to the management in the form of stories and storyboarding. Like these functions are missing, these functions are needed, what needs to be done. Then that idea was evaluated. So what was the observations and then what was presented? Everyone brainstormed and then they come up with some new idea and then finally they tried some product. So now they know what customer wants. So then they come up with new things, online gaming, photo sharing, location services, mobile blogging, that way. So finally their idea was finalized. And lastly, using the design thinking approach, they come up with, a year later, they come up with their OV software. We also call as Opera software. This case study is little old, so you all might not knowing these things. This happened in 2014 when this software comes. Even now, again, Nokia is not in the market, but this is the earlier case. From the 1990s to mid of 2014, 2015, that timings that we are discussing right now. So this is one case study from where you can see that how Nokia has rise again with the help of design thinking. But now we know that Nokia is again not in the market, but this is the earlier case study. So you can see here what all the steps we were having. It started with observation, then from the observation they counted the insights and what the insights, what needed to be done. Then they come up with the functions and the features, and then still they were not able to meet customers' needs. So they re-evaluated and finally their idea was finalized, and finally they come up with some product. This is the way we can say how design thinking is embedded and how using the design thinking Nokia has developed something new again. So did you guys get this case study? This might be a little older to you all, but still, did you get the idea here? how in the real world design thinking is helping. Okay. You can see here Nokia's OV software. So do anybody of you know about OV software? Anyone has any idea about OV software of Nokia? So you can see here what, wait. So you can, okay. So yes, it is little old and you might not be knowing about it. So you can see in the Nokia OV software, they're having all those new features which were required at that time and which helped Nokia to rise again in the market. So I think this is enough for today. We have learned about design thinking and design engineering. Now we'll just have simply some normal discussions and afterwards we will end our class. So as we are talking about ideas, innovation, so is there something in your mind? Yes, I can understand 2-hour lecture is really a long lecture to cover up. So did you all get the idea about design thinking, design engineering, innovation? Reply yes or no. Okay, so you think design engineering should be in business? Okay. Why in engineering? Okay, so but if we talk about in engineering, engineering is the way through which we can make products. So basically, for more success of our products, we require a business part. But other ways, when we talk about innovations, it happens in engineering and science. Basically, any problems which we see, we have to solve through technical expertise. We have to use technical tools. Yes, Siddhya, we are having one answer here, but I'm answering to Pat and Himang here. Why it is in engineering is because we need technical expertise and we need technical solutions to the problems. That is why we are having design engineering in engineering field. To grow you at entrepreneurship level, we are discussing more it in innovative way or innovation. Because the ideas you might come up with today can go longer in the field or in the life. Yes, Ria, you can say through design engineering, we connect to people, issues, and think innovatively, right? But for that part, we require empathy. This is the basic of design engineering, or you can say for design thinking. We need to connect with people, issues, and then only we can go ahead. So are you all connected with the Marwari accounts? All of you, right? Then start your Coursera course by itself or act as early as possible because it's a 5-week course. Okay, let's have okay, then after 5 minutes, I'll be taking your attendance. Are there any doubts? If you're having any doubts, you can ask. Yes, Kushal, tell me. Yes, the example of Nokia which we discussed is not of current like 1920 or 2018 year. It is of earlier year, like the OV software released in 2014. That is why you're not aware of that software much. But for this design engineering concept, that example fits better. That is why I have taken that case study. So your question is, they have very vast whole and customer part. So are you telling me you wanted to, what is your question here? Yes, they're updated, but they didn't update it that much. That is why today they're not in the market. Yes, that is true. That they eventually failed. You can say in today's time, if you would talk about Nokia, they failed because they didn't change at that faster pace. But at the time when internet was released and when they were using, when we were having that phones of only texting and calling phones, at that time they changed. But eventually they didn't change that much, and now they're not in the market. Yes, it is necessary to update every now and then because technology changes at very faster rate and new things are coming, needs changes, we want more things. In that way, and even the competency is needed. Like when it comes to business, we do require competency and change is needed. But in general, if you're working on certain problems, that will not require updates that much. You can think of yourself as a customer. If today you have one software, one phone, you might in the future you want more things, so that new things emerge. Like change is the tendency of humans, but how we do not accept change that easily. But we do require new and new things. I'm hoping I have answered your question, Kushal. Okay. Now, as we are having some time left, so you can make your teams. You can decide your teams, and one of you make a Google sheet, and in that make the entries of your teams. In the next class, you will be entering your projects or your ideas, but now you start making your teams, and one of you kindly make a Google sheet, and over there enter your teammate names or your teams. It is like in one team there can be maximum 4 people. So according to the strength of your class, you can decide maximum 4 in one team. There isn't any criteria for minimum team number. I mean, 2 people have to do in one, but number of teams isn't any criteria. Okay, Kushal, you can discuss with your friends and I'll give you time, but just make a Google sheet, and in the next class, we'll discuss your ideas, and before that, make entries in that Google sheet. Okay, so now I'll be taking your attendance. '19 series roll number 2.
Present, ma'am.
Attend your roll call. '19 series roll number 2.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 3.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 4,
Yes, ma'am.
Shyam. So
Yes,
you were
ma'am.
there all time. I have not heard from you. So you summarize today's lecture, Shyam. Shyam, summarize today's lecture. Shyam, I'm talking to you. Summarize today's lecture. Okay, so Shyam, I'm asking to summarize today's lecture as I have not heard you in your complete class. Heard anything from you in the class?
Madam, hello.
Yes, Shyam.
What I have to summarize?
What we have studied in today's lecture.
We have studied case study about old woman
I cannot
issues.
hear your voice. So you type in the chat box.
Okay, ma'am, wait.
Shyam, type in the chat box what we have
Ma'am,
learned in
yes, I
today's
am
class.
typing, ma'am. Climbing stairs and all we have studied. Hello.
So what climbing stairs? Did we discuss climbing stairs only? What is design thinking? Yes, tell me what are those 4 things? Shyam, we are waiting for your answer.
Ma'am, I am typing.
Okay, fine. Roll number 5.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 5.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 6.
Present, ma'am.
Krupal. Who's Krupal in the class?
Tu kya jas?
Okay.
Hello.
So Krupal, what we have
Hello.
learned in today's class?
Hello, ma'am.
Shyam, that is okay. Now you can mute yourself.
Okay, present, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, Shyam, you can
Eh.
mute yourself.
Have you marked my present, ma'am?
Krupal,
Hello, ma'am.
Okay, Shyam.
Yeah, have you marked my present?
Shyam, I cannot hear you. Kindly mute yourself.
Have you marked me present, ma'am?
Just stay in the meeting for a while. Let me talk to Krupal first. So yes, Krupal.
અત્યારે જાસ કે આવ્યો જમવા જાસ ને તો આવ પાછો ત્યાં દઈ દે ફોન કરી દેતા
Krupal, unmute yourself. Krupal, can you hear me?
Ma'am, can we leave now? Our attendance has been taken.
Yes, I'm taking your attendance. Just wait. Roll number 7. Roll number 8. 9.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 10.
Present, ma'am.
11. Roll number 11.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 12.
Present, ma'am.
So Akanksha was there in the class?
Yes.
Okay. So in the next class, we'll start with Akanksha, Shyam, and Krupal.
Okay. Ma'am, I can give now only if you want.
No, that is okay. We do not have time now. We have to, it's our time. We have to complete the attendance. Okay. Roll number 13.
Present, ma'am.
14.
Present, ma'am.
15. 16.
Present, ma'am.
17.
Yes, ma'am.
18.
Present, ma'am.
Mahir, are you there in the class?
Yes, ma'am. I'm present.
Okay. 20.
Present.
21.
Present, ma'am.
22. Roll number 30. 32.
Present, ma'am.
35.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, so now we are ending the class. You may leave now. Thank you so much. Students, we are ending the class now. You may leave now. Okay, Nancy, I have seen. Okay, Ketan, you want the absentees. Okay. So we have roll number 7. Kunal, roll number 8. Roll number 14. Roll number 15. Roll number 22. Roll number 30. And roll number 12.
Ma'am, Dhwani was there, roll number 14.
Okay. Where is Dhwani? She left now. Okay, fine. I'll check that.
Okay, ma'am.